Hey everyone, welcome back to part 7 of our Runaway Teen Challenge, also officially known as the Single Father Challenge now. So I think from here on out, I'll start addressing this as the Single Father, which as you know will be our main focus moving forward. Alright, so I also hope you guys did enjoy the makeover on little Titus. I did went ahead and change some of his genetic appearance such as skin color, hair color, eyebrows, but I did leave the eyes since it is something he did inherit from Tiffany, and I'm really hoping that Titus will start to resemble Heath more as he grows up, because right now he is a spitting image of Tiffany. Alright, so I think in this part we will be mainly focusing on the toddler training, which by the way, we are almost done with the potty training, so that's one thing out of the way. But as you know, it is a very tedious process, so it may be a pretty boring part, just to warn you guys. But as Heath is doing this, I did went ahead and had Heath sign up for a part-time job. He is now a grocery clerk, starting as a produce quality assessor, working 5 days out of the week, which I will be using cheats to knock off one of the days, since the rules did state that he's supposed to work 3 to 4 times, so I'm gonna give it 4 days a week. So I may just take off Monday using, like I said, cheats. Hopefully it won't cause any glitches, and you know, there's not really any easy way to adjust how many days I want him to work, so I think that would be the best option. Alright, so we are done with potty training. Let's go ahead and empty this out. So Tiffany is still pretty much, you know, out of town doing her movie shoot. We probably will not hear from her for another week, since, you know, movie shoots do take a lot of time. But if you see her in town, just ignore it. Out of sight, out of mind. Just pretend she's not there. Alright, so we're gonna teach how to talk. There was something I wanted to announce, but I cannot remember for the life of me. But I do apologize for this not going up last week. I did have a very unexpected sickness that just hit me out of the blues. I had like a really high fever. I think it was like up to 102, 103, and somehow the strep throat came afterwards, so there was really no way for me to speak comfortably. I couldn't even whisper. So I did try my best to get something up for you guys, which I think I did. I believe I uploaded the Nightmare OVG Halloween special machinima, so if you guys haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out. It is pretty scary. I was pretty terrified editing and putting that whole thing together. And then also I think I did provide the asylum build, speed build, so at least I had something up for you guys. But I swear I did not touch my computer for a whole week because I just could not get out of bed. But now I want to say I'm like 80% better, but I still have a little bit of the strep throat, which you guys probably cannot tell, but I think the antibiotics are just doing wonders at this point. Alright, so I swear Heath's parents are just so bipolar. 1 minute they're arguing, the next they're like lovey-dovey, which is hilarious. Alright, so oh no, little Titus is getting pretty tired, but it's still kind of early. You know what? Let me go ahead and feed him on the floor, and we'll go ahead and invest in this walker that shouldn't cost too much, I don't think. Let's see. Yep, 50 simoleons, totally affordable. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and sell this chair because it's really annoying to the point where there's always a dirty surrounding because of that. So we're gonna go ahead and fork up money and purchase this extra chair, since little Titus will eventually need to use a dining chair when he is old enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean up a little bit. Let's recycle. Let's pay for our bills that we have now. Or we've been having it, but a higher amount than before. Alright, so I may just perhaps do like a speed clip of this toddler training, since like I said, it is very time consuming, but he is getting pretty sleepy, so I'm gonna put him in the walker, which will kind of slowly bring up his energy At least he won't fall asleep now, wake up in the middle of the night, and then, you know, he won't get a good night's sleep. So this works to our advantage. Oh, too bad we can't go trick-or-treating since he is still a runaway. So I'm gonna take this out and put this in. And you know what? Maybe we will purchase him a toy since Titus has a pretty long way to go until he ages up into a child. Oh, you know what I did forget to do is to adjust our funds for the outfits that we did change for Titus. Like I said, I'm gonna make this more realistic where every time we put a new clothing onto a sim, we'll knock off 10 simoleon per piece of clothing. So I had changed Titus's everyday wear, that's 3 pieces of clothing, and then including his sleepwear, which is another piece of clothing, and then somehow he had different outerwear assigned, so I'm gonna knock off simoleons for those as well. I mean, it's not that much, but you know, just to make things a little bit more realistic, we have to pay for clothing. So it's gonna be 60 simoleons total, and voila, which is not too bad. I feel like I should charge a little bit more for, you know, adults or teens or young adults because it is much more cloth, much more material. But just for fun, we'll just say 10 simoleons, make it less complicated as I'm already making it to be. Alright, you know what, since he is busy doing this, let's go ahead and, you know what, let's purchase the Peg toy box. I think it's this thing. And I'm trying to see if we even have room for this. I mean, we can put it over here. You know what, let's do that. And voila, hire a babysitter. Okay, we'll keep that in because most definitely we will be hiring a babysitter eventually somewhere along the line when we do go off to work. And who the hell is this? Okay, we're getting some trick-or-treaters, which it's not supposed to happen given that, you know, no one's supposed to know where we live, but at the same time, it is a pretty weird house that is just sitting in the middle of nowhere, so I guess it's no surprise. So this is the outerwear that he somehow got assigned, which I will probably go into the stylist and change out the colors since it's not really his preference of color choice. Alright, so we're gonna work on our logic skill. Wow, Titus is almost done learning how to walk. Wow, this guy is learning fast. And like I said, you know, it sustains his energy, you know, to where it is. It doesn't decrease, nor does it really, you know, build up any energy, but at least, you know, he can keep that going and not having to sleep right away. At least with this walker. And then the same goes for the playpen, but unfortunately we cannot. I mean, we could afford a playpen, but there is no space to put a playpen. Alright, you know, we're gonna let him run around for a little longer, and then I'm pretty much going to turn everyone in for the night in the next couple hours, so I will catch you guys in the morning. Good morning. So we are forced to start our day pretty early now. Everyone pretty much got all their moves taken care of, especially Heath, and luckily Heath did get a good amount of sleep before being woken up by this little guy. I also had him went off to the pond, the lake, or whatever you call it, where the unicorn does appear, you know, certain time of the day, and we became, you know, better friends, still not good friends yet, and you know, that's out of the question if we still want to invite the unicorn to live with us. We still have to befriend one of these horses, which, you know, the list did grow since one kept ignoring us, the other one kept running away, so that didn't really work out. So I did have him come home pretty earlier than planned, since I didn't want him to have any lack of sleep, considering that he does have work later, first day on the job. Luckily, it's only for a couple hours, not too long. But anywho's, let's clear out this little potty. Alright, so our goal for today is to teach Titus how to talk. Hopefully we can, and of course we did called the babysitter a couple of times. I don't know why, but they kept going home. Maybe because it was after curfew. So we have 2 unexpected people in our friends list, which they were our babysitters. So, you know, pretend we never met that person. So it's all good. Alright. I do really want to try and go fishing, but we can't really leave this little guy at home. So maybe one of these days we'll bring him with us a couple feet away to this little sand area and do a little fishing. Alright, so we don't have work until 4, which gives us another 3 more hours before the carpool comes. And in the meantime, I will go ahead and try to teach this little guy to talk as much as possible, and then picking back up after he gets home from work. So our first day on the job went pretty well. We made 87 simoleons for that 3 hours that we did work, but guess what? That 87 simoleons was pretty much to cover the babysitting fee that we had to hire, which was 75, giving us only a few simoleons to really, you know, spend, which I don't know if this will work out in the end. I mean, we're pretty much working to pay off the babysitting fee until I guess we get like maybe a promotion. I really don't know how this is going to work out, and I have no idea why Heath keeps getting these new assigned clothing, which I will go, you know, back into the stylist, readjust it, but I think that was his career outfit, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Alright, but he barely took care of Titus. He just left him in the walker, and that was pretty much it. Alright, so let's go ahead and put down Titus so he can use the potty while we take care of our very own moods. Alright, go ahead and use the potty, and then we'll probably feed him on the floor. Alright, so we are going to continue to learn how to talk, and maybe we'll hit up the park again since we're not really that tired. Hopefully we can befriend one of these horses besides the unicorn and really try to complete this lifetime wish, which I think we're gonna have a lot of trouble, to be honest. Now, I didn't really think it through, but I really want to invite the unicorn to live with us. I mean, we could totally afford the horse. In the meantime, we have a good amount of savings in our household funds, so I really don't know how to really make this work in the end, but let's just pray that it does work. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and change diaper, bring up his hygiene, and then feed little Titus on the floor. But we don't have work tomorrow, so thank God for that. And we can probably continue to teach him how to talk then, and perhaps maybe hit up the park, have a little fun, some father-son bonding, even though he can't really enjoy much of the activities at the park. Which reminds me, I still need to put in like a regular park in this town. As of right now, there's no like spring festival, winter festival, fall festival, any of that, so I'm gonna have to work out something with this town. Alright, so like I said, I don't think anything interesting is going to happen. I will try to have Heath befriend one of the horses as much as possible while leaving little Titus at home. Or maybe we'll bring him with us. I'm not too sure yet, but he is getting kind of tired. I don't know, I'm going to work things out off camera, so I will pick back up tomorrow. And another good morning. Well, not such a great morning since we broke our kitchen sink, and Heath, being the wannabe handyman, he is trying to repair it himself, which I hope he does without any bad mishap or incidents of electrocution or anything, so wish him the best of luck. I was going to take little Titus to the park that I turned into a festival ground, but it is raining, so I don't want to risk him getting sick under this weather, so we're just gonna stay home today and do what we can do around the house without getting sick. But we do need to take care of these plants since it's not dormant anymore and they're wilting, they're dying, so we're gonna tend this garden. Hopefully Heath doesn't get sick along the way under this rain. Really praying, because this guy cannot afford to get sick. Alright, after we get all this taken care of, we will continue with the toddler training on the last step of teaching Titus how to talk, which, you know, we still have a good amount of days. He has 5 more days until he turns into a child, and Heath still has another 8 more days, so Heath is about to become an adult, and I want to say my goal is that when he turns into a young adult, I want to move to a bigger house. And maybe perhaps, I don't know, maybe we'll move to another lot, which I still haven't decided where would be a good spot. I mean, we can move anywhere we would like, considering that we will be an adult. We're not a runaway teen anymore, so we don't have to stay hidden by any means. So maybe perhaps we'll maybe get like a little lot around here. Perhaps, well, definitely not over here since it's more of like a rich or suburban area. So we're gonna have to figure out another spot, but we have a lot of days to do so. And of course, we need to raise enough money before we can even move to another house. But selling this house will give us a good amount of side money that we can invest into a nicer house. Alright, go ahead and play with your little peg box for now. And as far as, you know, Heath bearing another child or having another kid, it's still in the works. We don't know the situation yet since, you know, Tiffany is really not around. We can't really communicate with her. She's still out, you know, doing her thing, and until she comes back, we don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe they'll get hitched finally, since, you know, they are engaged as of this point. But of course, they can't really get married until they're young adults, so that's kind of far into the future from now on, and many parts from now. Alright, so let's hope that these plants are savable and they're not gonna die, because I don't know what to say. Oh, but we did have some luck with befriending this wild horse, which is a whole new horse that we ran into during our encounter with the unicorn. So maybe we'll have better luck with this guy. This was our original target, and no luck by any means, nor this horse. So maybe we'll have better luck with this darker skinned horse, which I think seems to be our forte, since the unicorn seems to be really dark. Alright, so not much is going to happen. Like I said, we're going to attend our plans, teach Titus how to talk. Hopefully we can get it complete by this part, hopefully by the end of today, but we won't know for sure. And I do want to spend some time with the angler trait and, you know, make use of this area of all these fishies just, you know, waiting to be caught. So I don't know, a lot of stuff to do at the same time. They're not very entertaining type of events to really watch. So instead of fast forwarding through, I'll just play until I wrap up this part, which I want to say maybe in like the next minute or so. And yeah, a lot of stuff to do, but whenever I do end this part, I will complete the remainder of this day off camera, so the next part will be a little bit more exciting. Alright, so I don't know what skill he is going to build with this. I've never really played with toddlers, more so that I try to rush through them, so I don't know. We shall see. We shall see what trait this will become. Hopefully he can get it done. Oh, it is actually a logic skill. So I guess, you know, the rule stating that we're supposed to max out one skill for the child, and I guess that will be logic, which is something he takes after his dad, Heath, because Heath is really much into building his logic skills as well, with the angler on the side. I'm really hoping by the end of this whole entire challenge we can max out for Heath at least the logic and the angler trait or skill. So we'll see how that works out. Alright, so like I said, I will be wrapping up this part here. I will be spending the remainder of today teaching Titus how to talk. And hopefully when we pick back up tomorrow in the morning, I will have quite a few things completed, but of course number one being teaching Titus how to talk, as well as trying to become better friends with this wild horse, which, as you know, is very time consuming, and I will be hiring a babysitter, just FYI, in case you see a little price change in our household funds. Alright, so I hope you guys did enjoy this part. It wasn't too eventful, but at least we got to enjoy a lot of time with this little guy. And like always, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to comment, rate, or subscribe if you haven't already, because you're not going to regret it. And I will talk to you guys in the next part. Bye everyone!